Hey, John Martinez with the REI Sales Academy, and I want to talk about what I see as the biggest problem with maximum allowable offers. And I want to give this some context. So, when I say the biggest problem with it, I'm talking from a sales context. So, how can maximum allowable offers sometimes lead to worse conversion rates, less deals? At first, on the surface, the answer seems obvious, right? If I can't go above this high of an offer, I might not win the deal because it's not enough money for the seller. And that's obvious. But what I want to talk about is how we can use that in our favor. Really, just a different way to look at the maximum allowable offer and really your sales call. So first, I want you to pretend that you made cars, right? Let's say you produce Toyota Camrys. I don't know what Camrys go for. I'm going to guess somewhere between $30,000 and $40,000, give or take. But I want you to pretend that your job was to sell that Camry for $100,000 and you ran Toyota. How would you do it? Well, most likely you would need a better car, right? Because Camrys are going to sell for what Camrys are going to sell for. If you want to sell a $100,000 car, you're going to have to add, some gadgets and gizmos. They're going to have to be more comfortable. You're going to really have to beef it up, right? You're going to have to make it more compelling, 100K compelling at the end of the day. So I want you to think about your offers that same way. A lot of acquisition agents, a lot of investors say, hey, I lost this deal because the offer wasn't good enough. I hit that ceiling and it just wasn't enough. That's a complete wrong way to look at acquisitions. What you should say is, I didn't make a compelling offer, right? And the way you do this, the way you make your offer more compelling is by using a sales process. When you use the right sales process, that's going to mean you spend most of your time really uncovering why a seller would sell to you. Sometimes they already know these reasons, but just bringing them up to the surface really gets them thinking and feeling about their situation and thinking about how important these things are to fix. Sometimes when you have this conversation and you dive deep into their motivation, all the reasons why they'd sell, you might start to uncover reasons they haven't even thought of yet. And the more you talk about these things and the more you talk about what life would look like after the sale, right? Whether it was moving to a different house, not having this stress, whatever it is, the more you talk about those two things, the motivation now and where they want to be, the more compelling your offer is going to be. So that's really the secret to REI sales. I work with hundreds of sales teams, thousands of investors and acquisition agents, really the best of the best in the country. And my best clients, that's the way they sell. You know what? They don't even bring up price. They don't bring up offer till usually 45 minutes to an hour into the conversation if it's belly to belly. Usually things go a little bit faster if it's a virtual sales call. But whether it's belly to belly or face to face or virtual, they do the same thing. They spend all their time talking about how big the problem is and what the solution looks like, and really digging into how important all the little pieces are to the seller. And only when you do that properly does your offer, does your solution become more and more compelling. See, that's it. If you've got a maximum allowable offer, well, guess what? You can't give any more money. You have to make your solution more valuable. So that's it. I want you to start to reimagine your acquisition sales calls and start really digging in and trying to figure out how big is the problem and how important is it to solve. I guarantee you'll get some better conversion rates, make more money, and just have more fun in the process. See ya.